Motivation is to tell it straight. So much on my plate, I gotta delegate.
What's up, you guys? I hope everybody is doing super good. This is my full week of workouts. Day one, we're starting with lower body. I like to get started with some dynamic stretches before my workouts. I used to do static stretches before until I learned about dynamic stretches, and they really open your hips and your legs up, allowing you to really squat and really get down there. So make sure you stretch before and after your workouts. My workouts are still kind of beginner friendly. I would say so myself. I just go up in the weight once I feel like I'm not making any more progress. I'll change the weight, the rep, or the tempo. Right here, I love this workout. Well, this stretch, it feels amazing. And then these are what I do right before I'm about to get started. Sometimes I even do these like at the Smith machine before I'm about to lift. Just because they're so quick, I do it like for 45 seconds each leg. Sometimes I go the opposite way that you see me going now. I'll go back in. So my first exercise is some step ups. I also recently learned that the little chair that I'm using should be the other way. So horizontally. But I believe that's 2550 for these. And you can really feel these in your glutes. I love doing these. I started them at the beginning of my workout journey, and then I kind of switched up my exercises, but I'm going back to them because I believe this is what had my butt glowing the most, and they burn so bad. I did, I believe, 4 sets of 12 for each leg for this exercise. Now I went on to some squats, which I only do about once a week. I'm not too crazy for squats, only because I'm not really crazy about growing my quads. I really want that butt to grow, so I focus on glute focused workouts. But every now and then I love a good squat, so that's what I'm doing here. And I always like to push myself too to see how much I can squat. The next workout I'm doing is RDLs, which is everyone's favorite. If you're really trying to grow your butt, I suggest doing RDLs. The Smith machine is really helpful for me because you can go heavier on the Smith machine. And I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like I can feel it more when I'm on the Smith machine rather than using dumbbells. So that's what I'm using. I like to go slow. And I kind of imagine myself hitting my butt against a wall. That helps. I feel like I'm getting ready to go for another rep, but I believe I was too tired. These tire me out also. So after that, we're going to get some cardio in. Now listen, I don't care what I see on the internet about people hating on cardio, but I don't love cardio, but I feel like it's necessary for me in order for me to get to where I want. So I do 30 minutes on the Stairmaster. Sometimes I do 25 minutes, but that's only if I feel like my legs are like absolutely done. But today I did 30 minutes, and it feels amazing when you're done. You're like drenched in sweat. You feel accomplished, and it's just like. And I did level 6 or 7. I like to go in between 5, 6, and 7 without touching the rails. You really feel it. Y'all try the Stairmaster. Don't be scared. Start at a level that you're comfortable with though, and it makes everything easier, obviously. But I suggest no hands at a level you're comfortable with, and just keep going. And you'll definitely get better as you go. I believe I only used to be able to get on the Stairmaster for like 10 minutes, and then I'll be done. I'll be tired. Now we got abs. Y'all know summer coming, so I'm trying to do abs after my workouts. My favorites are planks and leg raises. I do 3 sets of planks for 60 seconds. and then I do 3 sets of leg raises. I like go until I can't anymore for the leg raises. I don't really count those ones. I just go until I feel like I absolutely cannot move. So day 2, we have upper body, a pull day. I'm also starting with more dynamic stretches before. I actually got this band from my mother or my grandmother. I'm not sure who it belongs to, but I found it and it's amazing and really helps when it comes to stretching my upper body. I didn't used to stretch before, but now that I'm more educated on it, I definitely take the time out to stretch before upper body days. And also because I take upper body days more serious now than I used to. I would always think that training upper body would make me get like a little bit too muscular for my liking, but I actually love it. I love how my back looks now. The back is there, okay? That's all I gotta say. So I'm starting off with face pulls, which are my favorite. I don't do too many, probably 3 sets of like 8 to 12, and then I'll go up in weight for each set, of course, and I love these. So now we have some lat pull downs. I do about 4 sets of 12 on these, and I try to go up as high as I can on the last rep, like always. So day 3 we have legs again. Same dynamic stretches as the first leg day, so I'm just gonna let you guys enjoy some stretching. And if you're wondering how many days I train lower body, honestly, it depends on the kind of week that I'm having. Some days I just cannot go as hard as I want to in the gym. On those days, I do 3 leg days. So I do 3 lower body days. On the days that I really train hard, honestly, I train hard almost every week except for the weeks that I'm on my period. So when I'm on my cycle, I probably only get in 1 leg day. But any other time, if it's like really intense and really good, I only do 2, and I try to give myself 24 to 48 hours of rest in between each one so that I make sure when I come back and I do the second round, it can be, a good workout. And today I decided to do abs and cardio before my workout because sometimes after I finish legs, I'm just exhausted and just want to go home. So if I add it in before, I get it done. And I'm not going to skip legs. So I like to do the things that I kind of don't like to do before, which is abs and cardio. So I'm starting off with some dumbbell hip thrusts. Super beginner friendly. I usually do these on the Smith machine, but setting up my phone there would have been kind of awkward. I'm using 40 pounds right here. I believe I only go up to 45 on these, and I do 4 sets of 8. So I do regular hip thrusts, and then I do CAS hip thrusts also, which is basically just not going all the way down. I'm not sure where that footage is at, but I probably did it after. I'm not sure. I looked everywhere for it, and you guys, it's not even in my TikTok video. But you basically just, instead of putting your butt all the way down, you go halfway and you go up back to back, which is more glute focused. But I love hip thrusts so much. They feel really good. Then we have squats. I usually like to do 3 sets of however many I can go. So my max for squats, I usually like to do 3 sets of those with a dumbbell. And then we have sumo squats, which is another really nice favorite of mine. I'm not sure why these burn so bad for me like they do, but I love these. And again, I go until I feel like I just absolutely can't go anymore, which is probably around like 20, depending on how heavy the weight is. So another new one that I added into my routine recently were split squats. I've avoided these for so long because they hurt like HELL. These really burn like bad, but I try to put it in my head that, okay, if they burn that bad, they must help something. And when I tell y'all, you know, if you're new to the gym, try these out. Now, not the beginners, the advanced people, I see them using dumbbells. I haven't moved on that far yet. Right now, I'm just trying to feel comfortable just using body weight and perfecting my form before I go grab some weights. So that's why you see me doing them with no weights. And I actually did this as a superset. So right after I finished my RDLs, I went straight into these. And when I tell y'all my legs were shaking, you can see me trying to like breathe through it. But this is another good one. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I get like really lazy and I just do not want to stretch after the gym, but I'm trying to get into the habit of stretching after the gym because I always tell myself I'm just gonna stretch when I get home, knowing when I get home I'm just probably gonna eat, shower, and go on with my day. So I'm just stretching out right now and trying to make it a habit, you know? So we're warming up for yet another leg day. Like I said, if I feel strong enough, like I can complete a third leg day in a week, then I will, as long as I got enough rest. So 24 to 48 hours and my muscles feel fine, I'm definitely gonna go for a third leg day. You know, why not? So I'm just doing 15 minutes of cardio before to get my blood, you know, pumping and get warm. And then we're gonna go straight into leg press. But before, I'm doing some dynamic stretches, of course. I honestly can't believe that I didn't used to do dynamic stretches before, because you can definitely feel a difference. It feels better when you squat. It feels better when you perform certain movements, and you just feel like more open. I don't really know how to explain it, but I've been stopped skipping dynamic stretches. And for leg press, I recently learned too that different placement on the leg press can target different things. So I think parallel, you can target your glutes, which kind of makes sense because on the squat, when you do a squat on the Smith machine, they say you should do a parallel squat, which means that your feet are like close together like they are here, to target your lower glutes. And I have one plate on there, then I added another plate, and we're going for, I believe, 3 sets of, for the warm-up, I just go until, you know, I feel warmed up, and then I do about 3 sets of 8 to 10. And then after leg press, I went straight into some hip thrusts. I didn't do KAS hip bridges this time. I just did regular hip thrusts. And for hip thrusts, this time I'm using a dumbbell. I usually do these on the Smith machine, but I decided to do them on the dumbbell today, with a dumbbell today. And for these, I kind of just drive up from my heels and squeeze at the top. And you definitely feel like a difference than if you weren't doing that, I guess I could say. But I try to go as low as I can, come back up, do a little pause at the top, and you can definitely feel these in your glutes. Sometimes I can feel in my quads also, depending on the placement of my feet. And if you really want to target glutes, the KS hip bridges are way better. I think it's KAS, but I keep saying KAS just in case. That's when you only go, you know, halfway, so you can have more tension in your glutes. And then one of my favorites, dumbbell RDLs. I believe that is 40 or 30 pounds, probably 30 pounds. I just imagine myself either pushing a car door in or purposely spreading my cheeks open. And this, I learned, is more of a back and forth movement, not a, up and down movement like a squat. So I'm just doing like a hip hinge sort of. And I love RDOs. If you aren't doing RDOs in your leg day, what are you doing? I love these. You can really feel the burn in these too. I know some people use a bar, like the bars at Planet Fitness, but for some reason I just love using dumbbells. I've used a bar before, and as you can see, like my leg is starting to like give out on me. And that's kind of when I try to stop, is when my form just starts getting ugly. Because once my form starts getting ugly, it's like, what am I doing it for? Straight into split squats, which, as I said earlier, are not one of my favorites. I'm still trying to perfect them, get my form down, and I can already feel like a really good burn with split squats. But I'm going to keep doing them. They're still in my routine. I'm not going to take them out just because they get, not even hard, but just they burn so bad. I always try to take at least a 2-minute rest in between my sets. When I was in my bulking stage, I was taking like 3-minute rests, because it's really good to take a long rest so that each set can be like a really good set. Because if you're really tired from the first set you did, it's most likely your form is going to be off and you're not going to be able to finish and go through with it. So I try to rest, make sure my legs are feeling fine, because after split squats we're getting into goblet squats, and these are another one where the sweat literally just starts dripping down my back. I just hold a dumbbell, and for this, my feet are elevated on a, I think that is a 25 plate from the Smith machine that I just grabbed to elevate my feet. I've seen some people use dumbbells to do these on, which I haven't tried, but I would like to, because it seems like it'll be better than going all the way to the Smith machine and getting a weight from there. So I'm gonna try dumbbell next, probably in my next video. But look at those quads. I know that's right. After I finish these, I try to go up to 12 with these, so about 3 sets of 12. And then we are on the Stairmaster today. I did 10 minutes on the Stairmaster, and that was more than enough, because after leg day my legs are completely exhausted, and honestly the Stairmaster is even pushing it for me. So if I don't do the Stairmaster, I'll get on the treadmill sometimes, and then we're stretching out again, because like I said, recovery is very important. So then I'm going to end my workout week with some upper body workouts. I believe this is a military press or shoulder press, one or the other. For upper body, I do keep my reps kind of low. I don't really go above 8 or 10, and I don't really go above 10 pounds, because that is a personal preference. I do want to be strong and focus on strength. But once I start noticing like a change in my physique, like my back is perfect to me, it's perfect the way I want it. I love how my arms are now, and I really just want to focus on my core. So that's why I go so light, because I don't want to neglect training any muscles, but I also don't want to train for getting bigger, if you understand what I'm saying. But I'm still not going to neglect upper body. I still train it twice a week, just like I do legs, and then throw in an extra day for either legs or full body. This week I did not have a full body day. Just want to put that out there. I just started incorporating full body hit days and hits, because sometimes I do a hit in the upper body, or sometimes I just do a full body hit day, just to get some extra cardio in, because I am trying to lean out, and cardio can really help with that process. Actually, I believe these are shoulder press that I'm doing. And as you can see, I think that's only like 5 or 10 pounds. And I am okay with that. And not only do I want to make sure that I'm training correctly and focusing on form, but I also want to make sure that my nutrition is in check and aligns with my goals. So make sure you check out my meal prep video.